It's as close as I ever came to being really obnoxious, of taking and putting a trash can on the table at Blair and taking the IEP and putting it in there and setting it on fire. I mean, that's what it was worth, 0.
Montgomery County Public Schools. Population 153,852. 16,462 of these students receive special education services, about 10.7%. MCPS has 2 directions, a 504 plan or an IEP.
So an IEP is an individualized education plan, and it's developed for students that need extra support in one or another area.
I still sometimes I'll read a sentence and it just doesn't make sense at all, and I'll have to go over it again. And the IEP gave me extended time, so I didn't have to rush through paperwork or anything, and I could read it over, and it was much clearer for me.
You can get preferential seating, you can get more time on assignments, and get notes from teachers, and type things that should be written.
A 504 is a non-permanent plan to help with any setback, from a broken arm to a short attention span. Alternatively, an IEP is a plan with set protocols to help a student through their academic career. IEPs have strict guidelines that must be followed by counselors and teachers, but a 504 still has legal ramifications if the student's needs are not met.
When you deal with 150 students per day, it's difficult to remember which 12 have accommodations and what those specific accommodations are.
They weren't helping me as it was legally required.
The teachers have been really interested in accommodating and reaching our students and including them in their classes.
I have a great staff here. They're wonderful. I would not trade them for the world. And they all work very hard, and they all are good at their job. And they teach me things, I teach them things. But I think they do an outstanding job in providing supports for our kids.
Autism Resource Services is a program for students who are higher functioning on the autism spectrum, housed in a comprehensive middle school.
You address the foundational skills that are necessary in order to produce handwriting. So if there's a child who has low tone and doesn't have endurance, if you build the endurance, they'll be able to write for longer periods of time.
What she needed was so simple that it was amazing to me that they couldn't provide it.
I chose MCPS, and I've stayed with MCPS because I really do think that as a school system, we really work really hard to address our students' needs.
Yeah, I think MCPS does an outstanding job. The districts that I've worked in before, I don't think had a system quite like this one here, so I really see it as a great system and very helpful.
I think the desire to provide the best for every student is there. I just don't know that the resources and manpower is there.
MCPS tries very, very hard to help each and every student be successful, and that's one of the reasons why I'm proud to work for MCPS.
I think it's been fairly hindering. It's not set up in a helpful way, and no one consistently follows it. Each teacher and counselor administrator kind of has their own guidelines as to how they'll follow it, and if what's available isn't what you need, then you're out of luck and you have to make do with what you get.
Happens. Sometimes we call in some outside services from central office to come and support us. Maybe they do an observation, and then they give us some different strategies to work with students with. Yeah.
MCPS recently launched a new online portal this year that lays out specific accommodations for each student and eliminates the subjective interpretation for what these accommodations mean.
I still had to go through all the hoops of getting him tested, which took at least 2 months, and it's really expensive. The county didn't do the testing for him, so.
I've had a few negative experiences. 2 of them that really stick out are a Spanish class and an English class I had my sophomore year. The teachers did not help me make up work. They held me to the same expectations as other students, even when I wasn't physically capable.
Well, sure. I mean, that is actually one of the issues for most of our students is difficulty self-advocating.
Like, it gets done if I ask about it and persist, but like, if you didn't and you didn't go straight up to your teacher and tell them what you had and what you needed, it would take a long time.
If a parent is willing to fight for their kid and knows and understands what is going on, they have a better chance of getting things to work for their children. But many parents either do not have the time, do not speak English, find school meetings intimidating, or don't know how to maneuver the system. Those kids are at a real deficit in having their needs met, and that is a real problem.